There were some of you guys that wanted to see how I was doing this beehive and how things were going. This is a Kenyan top bar hive. There is the Colorado top bar hive, which is a lot harder to build. The beauty of the Kenyan top bar hive is that it's basically scrap wood stuff that you can buy or get or use or whatever. I'm actually going to Curtis Lumber and buying rough sawn. That means one side is smooth, one side has not been smooth, so it's rough. Here's the thing so far. The end. This is where I'm going to actually be drilling the entrance holes. 1, 2, 3. Air hole flow up here. I'm not going to be doing one down the middle. You'll see some where they'll have like 1, 2, 3 in the sides. I'm not doing that kind. Mainly because I want them to come in, colonize this end, and get things started with the follower board there blocking them in, and then they'll slowly move out into the rest of this. I might put another hole on this end here as another entrance when things start to get a little full, but that's a maybe. I haven't decided on that yet. I haven't done the legs yet. Everything here is actually still drying. I just went and borrowed a friend's table saw today to cut the top bars. These are the only important measurement in the whole thing. Everything else you can modify measurements on however you want. These have to be exact measurements. And the reason for this is bee spacing. If you don't have proper measurements here, they're going to cross comb, and then you'll never get these out, or you're going to basically destroy the hive when you pull things out. This isn't exactly sitting in there smooth, so I've got to do a little shaving off the sides. That's not a big deal. I'll use a sander for that. And I'll have a hole in the follower board as well so they can get to the other end. There's 2 of those. You only need 1 if you're doing it the way I'm doing it with the holes on the end. You need 2 if you're doing it here, because otherwise when you separate them, you only want them to have this center bit. Otherwise, things can get a little crazy on you. You start with the center, and then as they need more space, you move out. I'm starting on the end, so they'll have these bars. This will keep them in this section, and then we'll move things out. As you can see, I did not cut nearly enough honey bars. This is a 4-foot top bar hive. The other does so it's 4 foot from end to end. There could be a 3 foot where you just basically cut a foot off, but I definitely need to go and do more top bars. You notice they slide in there. Once the honey and stuff is on there, that's not a problem. I don't know if you've noticed, I've also marked, some are marked brood, some are marked honey. The difference for this is that there is a slight difference in the bar measurement. Notice how that got that little lip? And this is because, from what I guess, for brood, they prefer a 35 millimeter top bar, because brood is a little bit thinner. For honey, they prefer a 38 millimeter top bar. So that's why that one's a little bit bigger. You don't necessarily have to add that extra, but it comes in handy. But again, once again, the top bars, these things right here, these are the important parts. Every other measurement on here, you can wonk to do whatever you want. You can do shorter, shallower, longer, deeper, whatever. It just, the top bar has to be specific. I will post a link in the YouTube to the design I basically started going off of, but it's not the one I've necessarily followed. I haven't even started a top. This is the Northeast, New York. This is not the preferred hive up here. Most people in my area are preferring the Langstroth hive, but that requires very strict measurements because of the size of the boxes and the bars and everything. Okay, I'll bring you guys up to speed on when things get a little bit further along. When it's over, finished off, I'll come through and do things again. In the meantime, I'm going to let this dry. There's a lot of wet glue in here. I'm gluing and screwing everything. You'll also notice sometimes they say to put a screen in the bottom. Again, this is New York. I'm not doing that. That's asking for trouble. So I'm just having a bottom bar. It's only screwed in with 2 screws on the end. So if I really need to, I can get them off. But I highly doubt that'll be necessary. All right. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with the finalized product.